So, you did it. You actually did it. You saved up, you fought through this crazy market, and now you've got the keys to your own place. That is amazing. Seriously, congratulations. But, and there is a but, as you start settling in, you gotta realize that the price you paid for the house, that's just the opening act. So let's dive into all those hidden costs that can pop up and surprise even the most careful planners. And this quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head, right? We all think that down payment is the finish line. We save, and once we hit that number, we think, phew, I'm done. But it's not. It's really just the starting gun for this whole new marathon of homeownership costs. Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to tackle 5 big areas where these surprise costs love to hide. We'll start with what I call the down payment mirage, then move to the nasty surprises at the closing table. After that, we'll talk about the post-purchase tax shock, the never-ending money pit of maintenance, and wrap up with community and lifestyle costs. All right, first up, let's talk about the big one, the one thing everyone obsesses over, the down payment. You know how it is. You spend years, maybe even a decade, scraping together every penny for that 20% down payment. You think it's this giant mountain you have to climb, and it is. But here's the thing. It's really just the tip of a massive financial iceberg. Getting that down payment just gets you in the door. What's waiting on the other side is a whole new set of costs. Okay, so your offer got accepted. Yes! High fives all around. But hold on. Before you pop the champagne and get those keys, you have to survive the closing table. And trust me, it can be a minefield of unexpected fees. One of the first things that'll hit you are appraisal fees. And in a hot market, these things have just shot through the roof. See, the lender has to get an appraisal to make sure the house is worth what you're paying. It's not optional. And that beefed up fee, yep, that comes straight out of your pocket, adding to your closing costs right away. And oh, the lender fees. It's like they hand you this long menu of charges you've never heard of. You've got your application fees, your underwriting fees, that's for actually doing the paperwork, and then the big one, loan origination points. That's basically you paying the lender a percentage of your loan just for the privilege of, well, getting the loan. These can easily stack up to thousands of dollars, and the worst part, you often don't see the final itemized list until you're literally sitting at the table, pen in hand. Okay, deep breath. You've signed the papers, you've moved in your boxes. The surprises have got to be over now, right? Right? Well, not so fast. Welcome to the wonderful world of post-purchase costs. And we're kicking it off with everyone's favorite topic, property taxes. This is a big one, so listen up. It's something called tax shock. It's so easy to look at the old property listing and see what the last owner paid in taxes and think, okay, I can handle that. But here's the trap. As soon as you buy the house, the county goes, ooh, new, higher price, and they reassess the property's value based on what you just paid. The result? Your first tax bill comes in the mail, and bam, it's way, way higher than you budgeted for. And just when you thought you were done with taxes, in some places, especially newer neighborhoods, there's this thing called a Mello-Roos tax. What is that? Well, it's basically an extra tax that pays for all the cool new stuff in the community, parks, schools, roads, which is great, but it can also slap an extra few $1,000s onto your annual tax bill. And it can stick around for 20, even 40 years. So you have to ask, is this house in a Mello-Roos district? Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the day-to-day reality of owning a home. I'm talking about the constant hum of maintenance, repairs, and insurance. This is the stuff that never goes away, and it's why having a separate house emergency fund isn't just a good idea, it's absolutely essential. Think of maintenance in 2 buckets. You've got the predictable stuff, the preventative care, cleaning the gutters, getting the exterminator out. You can budget for that. But then there's the other bucket, the emergency repairs that come out of nowhere and just feel staggering. That's why you need to remember this golden rule. Budget 1 to 3% of your home's value every single year. For $500,000 home, we're talking $5,000 to $15,000 just sitting there waiting for something to break. Because believe me, something will break, and it's always the big stuff, the stuff that keeps you up at night, like your HVAC system deciding to die on the hottest day of the year. Or you walk downstairs to find a surprise plumbing leak that's turned your basement into a swimming pool. And the granddaddy of them all, the dreaded roof replacement. We're not talking about a few $100 here. These are 5-figure problems that can pop up with almost no warning. Then you've got homeowner's insurance. I call it the unseen escalator because your premium only goes one way.
up. It's not a fixed cost. It's constantly climbing because of everything from climate events causing more damage to plain old inflation making it more expensive to rebuild to even needing extra policies for floods or earthquakes that are now mandatory in your area. Okay, we're almost there. Let's cover the final layer of costs. And these are a little different because they're tied to where you live and, well, to you. The HOA, the Homeowners Association. If your new home has one, you've got monthly fees, period. But don't expect that fee to stay the same forever. Oh no. As you can see, they creep up over time to pay for the pool, the landscaping, whatever. And then you can get hit with something called a special assessment. That's a surprise bill for a big repair, like repaving all the roads. And everyone has to chip in. And finally, there's a sneaky one that's all about psychology. It's called lifestyle creep. You move into this beautiful new house, and suddenly your old couch looks sad. The kitchen appliances seem dated. You get this overwhelming urge to furnish, upgrade, and renovate everything to match your new life. And while that's super fun, it can also lead to a mountain of credit card debt if you don't keep it in check. So, I know that was a lot, but the point isn't to scare you, it's to prepare you. So what can you actually do? 4 things. 1. Grill your lender. Ask for a super detailed breakdown of every single fee. 2. Do your homework on property taxes. Find out the history and ask point blank about any special taxes like Mello-Roos. 3. Live by that 1 to 3% rule. Make that maintenance fund non-negotiable. And 4. Check your insurance policy every single year. Make sure you're covered and understand why the price is changing. Look, owning a home is an amazing, incredible goal. It's a huge achievement. But being truly successful at it means planning for the total cost of ownership, not just the monthly mortgage payment. It's all about going in with your eyes wide open. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Is your home budget built for the picture-perfect dream, or is it built for reality?